to kick off February, we have invited some members of the early childhood team. So I think we'll invite our principal, Mary Pretty, to come up and she'll get things started. She's got some visitors with us, so thank you so much for being here. And it's a good way to get the month started. Mary.
Thank you. First, I'd like to recognize our star student. His name is Arush Rapolu, and he and his family are not here tonight. They're being very careful about activities outside of their home, but we do still want to recognize him. This little guy has been a remote learner all year long in early childhood. He has near perfect attendance on all of the classroom Zooms, both during the hybrid time and since we've been on remote learning. And he's completed every seesaw activity that both his classroom teacher and his remote teacher have posted for the students to do. So he's really rocking this, making the best out of a not too fun situation. So I just really wanted to honor him for doing that.
Awesome.
That is great.
Okay, and now I'd like to tell you about our staff. We have our certified staff member, Chris Graves, early childhood teacher, and our classified staff member, Ashlie Wilk. She's the early childhood paraprofessional. These ladies they're very brave. They've been going this semester out into homes, daycare centers, home daycares, places in the community to provide kids with their special education services. And so it's one thing, I think, to come to work where you can see the precautions, the masks, the distancing, the barriers, those kinds of things. But it's another thing to go someplace where you don't have any control over that and make that allowance so that the students can get what they need. And so I really have to give them some honor for that. Chris is also the person in charge of all the evaluations we do on the kids from age 2.5 through 5 when they go to kindergarten. So if you can imagine evaluating or testing 2.5-year-old, that can be very organized. You have to have a lot of knowledge of child development. You have to have a lot of patience. A little bit of prayer in there, I know, goes sometimes. And think about how difficult that is. Now try to do it virtually over Zoom. And that's the situation Chris was in all last spring once we had stay-at-home orders. And then now this year we still have accommodation of 100 different things. And she just does the best job with that and is the person we rely on to take care of all those things. Let's see, Ashlie, in addition to going to all the different buildings and everything, she has been my go-to person this fall. She is the person that every morning when we get there and I find out how many people are on quarantine, how many people are not able to be there, then I start figuring out how can I shift around to cover what I need to cover. Ashley is always my first person. She will go to any building, she'll work with any staff, any task. A good example is at the beginning of the school year, we had less than a week to get 120 Chromebooks checked out to 120 preschoolers. And I didn't even know where to start. So I gave Ashlie this giant list of preschoolers and this big cart of Chromebooks and said, figure something out. Took care of it, didn't have to give it another thought. She will do anything anybody asks. The smile is always on her face. And the kids and the adults are glad to see her when she's in their room helping out. So I just wanted to recognize these. They really are stars in that they've helped our early childhood kids continue to get what they need, even in the not most ideal circumstances.
All right. Hey, we've got a couple of goodies up here we're going to give you as a recognition, but I do have a question, so I'm going to stay by the microphone to ask. What have you found to be the best part of your job? I know it's busy, I know it's challenging, but you do an outstanding job based on the comments that Mary shared tonight throughout the course of the year. So what gets you fired up each day?
Oh, I've been doing this for a long time, and it's the love of my life. Yeah. I love my job. I love working with the kids. They teach me things still to this day on how to help them even more. It's amazing what little ones can teach you. And I just love the challenges that come with the job. But the rewards too, I think a lot of teachers, say that.
Mhm.
It's my calling. It's always been my calling. I knew I wanted to be a teacher when I was a little girl.
Mhm.
My parents and my siblings will tell you that they knew that as well, because I would teach I'm the oldest of 7. And I would
Amen.
had a chalkboard, and I would teach them. So
That's wonderful.
That's-
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, thank you for sharing. How about you?
Well, my background is teaching as well.
Yeah.
So, I started off as a teacher, a certified teacher,
Mhm.
and I stayed home with my kids.
Mhm.
And when I wanted to come back to work, this was one of the
Yeah.
jobs that I found,
Uh-huh.
along with it was that or subbing.
Yeah.
And when I interviewed with Mary, she was telling me all about what my job was going to entail, and I was like, great, because it's something different every day.
Mhm.
And the kids are great, the staff is great, this is the best district, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's a joy to come to work every day, so it's fun.
You bet. Well, thank you both for everything you do.